All I saw in that video is an ill-informed, arrogant douchebag, which is upsetting and a turn-off. Yeah, we going there today. Today's lesson, how to handle her hating you. Let's get it in. So, yeah, about 3 weeks ago, a brother made this video, which I have to say I was very surprised at the level of, what do you call this? Yes, hate that I was getting from this video. Now, if this is just normal internet hate, I probably wouldn't have even noticed, or it would have probably never touched my brain. But when I say I got hate on this video, it was hate IRL, in real life, not just messages that were sent to me, but current clients, former clients, friends, colleagues, people rolling up, women rolling up, finger guns and everything. I can't believe, Gentlemen and ladies watching, yo, apparently that video struck a nerve. Out of all the things that were said in all these other videos, it was surprising to me. But then after hearing the comments, I understood why. So we're going to be teaching you, gentlemen, with this scenario, which you can go back and watch this video, but you're going to be able to learn and see and understand why we got all the hate. When I say we, I mean me and all my personalities. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to break up today's lesson in about 3 main sections, and then go in reverse order with each of the points. So the first main section is, what are we talking about over here? To define the what happened. Second section is, why all the hostility? And the third section is always the solutions, the conclusion. So those are the sections, so be sure to take notes. Now a little bit of context before we go into this. Remember, I've told you, everybody, men and women watching, the lessons about learning anything. The first 3 rules. Rule 1, know thyself. So we're going to talk about that. I shot that video probably, I want to say it was like 3:22, 3:23 in the morning, 3:23 a.m. So I was very tired and did not have a lot of energy in that video. I don't know if you can tell because, I don't know, hopefully, brother's doing a good job, so you have no idea when these are shot. But the concept is, you shouldn't feel like I'm like, but because rule 1, I know myself. I know that when I'm tired, my filter is either very low or most of the time non-existent. So I knew when I started getting these comments from all out of the woodwork, I was like, why are they tripping? Oh, I did shoot that at like 3:20 in the morning. So maybe I talked crazy. Maybe I said a bunch of stuff that was just outlandish. Let me look at it again. But looking at it again, I'm like, it wasn't really that bad. So what's the problem? But we're going to talk about it. So all of these messages will be from women. Some were in person, some were messages sent to me. Now I'm not going to give their username or drop names because that's not the point. The point is for you gentlemen to learn and for you ladies to hear the response to all the finger gun questions that I got over the last 3 weeks. So here we go. You're chastising rather than understanding and informing. So what do I have to say to that, ladies, in terms of why that happened with me / why it happens with men? Number 3 in reverse order is, sometimes we're just tired of being nice. Sometimes we are literally just tired, and other times we're just tired of being nice. You don't understand the energy that has to be expended by us to be so cotton candy and unicorn all the time. Y'all need such levels of softness that it's not us. Ladies, we are not women. We are not going to be soft and nice all the time, especially if we're tired. If you have a dude that's like me where when he's physically tired or sick, he has no filter, yo, you might get a few cutting words. And again, watching the video back, it's not even really that bad. But, as I've said to you many times, gentlemen, you don't actually have to push hard at all when you're talking to women. The moment you start crossing over into less than cotton candy, unicorn nice, they're going to feel some type of way about it. And we definitely felt that with the whole, I can't believe blah, 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 in the comments saying that I was chastising. Oh my. So yeah, sometimes we're just tired of being nice. We're tired of having to use the extra time and the extra words. Because ladies, right now, what I'm doing right now is a good example. I'm speaking slower and softer so that my words hit your ears, hit your brain in a way that is more palatable to you. But this requires training. It goes against my nature. My nature is to be straightforward, cutting, cold, blunt. One, because I'm a man. One, because of nature and nurture. Nurture, the way I came up, and a lot of dudes came up hard. So it is counterintuitive for us to be so soft all the time. It doesn't mean we can never be nice. It doesn't mean we can never be soft. But the level of softness that sometimes you all require is very draining on us. And sometimes we just ain't got the energy to do it like that. The term partner might be the lowest level for a man, but it is the highest level for a woman. Okay. So ladies, number 2, we don't care. We don't give a flying what. Okay. Again, that was kind of harsh, but we don't care. We do not care what you value as what's important to you all the time. We can't value or care about every single thing you do. Again, we are not you. We are not women. You can't expect us to have the exact same word choice and value system that you do. You're, in a sense, wanting to make us you. You're wanting to make us women, not just in the softness category, but even with word choice / what's important to us. Just because partner might be important to you, and again, this is just one woman out of all these comments, and because not every woman said that the word partner was important to them / the highest thing for women. Not everybody said that. But a lot of them talked about partner not being such a bad word. And again, I'm still tripping on, out of all the damn videos that are out there, out of the 40-something videos we have / more videos, if you're watching this past 2023, this is the one that got the most craziness. But you can't expect us to care or value the things that you value at the same level. And to that regard, why is your value system the one that you're respecting, the one that you think / feel is the one that we should be listening to? We want what we want. But the main reason why we don't care, ladies, we don't care that for you, partner is such a high thing, is because why should we care about what you want in this arena at the cost of what we want? Now, we already, as men, do a lot of things for you in terms of altering or changing how we talk, how we move, the things we want, the things we like, the things we're willing to do for you. And that's cool. That's good. That's part of our job, is to be givers. But don't forget, ladies, it's your job to give just as much on the return. It doesn't mean that you have to give the exact same thing, because that would be equality. And as you know, we're not about equality on this show. That is weird and doesn't really work in relationships between men and women. I haven't even really seen it work in relationships between men and women and women. This show, this channel is about balance, ladies. And wanting us to want what you want is an imbalanced situation. And something I want you to remember, ladies, is that the inside world, this relationship world, this is your battlefield. And a lot of you are operating with an iron fist like tyrants because this is where you dominate. This is the area in which you have the power. You are the more gifted / predisposed to be better at the inside world than we are. Doesn't mean we don't know what we're doing at all. Doesn't mean we can't be good at it. It just means that between the two of us, this is where you rule. Inside world, relationship stuff, this is where you rule. So if you're going to be a ruler, be a benevolent ruler. And to flip it around for you so you understand what I'm saying is the outside world when it comes to corporate America and jobs and out there walking around in the street. Many of you feel like, oh, that's a man's world and men run it. And we've already done a video about that. Who runs worlds, right? So yeah, the outside world, that's our battlefield. You wouldn't like it if we just straight dominated you 100% and didn't give you anything of what you want and made you conform to what we like and what we want and what we believe in, right? Now I hear you. And this is another thing that this is why talking in this softer way is draining. Because as I'm making sure I'm having the words hit your ears the way they need to be spoken to, ladies, I have to not only speak slower and speak with a softer tone, I also hear your objections as you're screaming at the screen right now. As I'm sitting here talking about, yeah, you wouldn't like it if that's how men treated you on the outside. I heard some of you. I heard you. You're like, oh, well, that is how men are. That is already what it is. Okay, let's give you the 100% devil. Let's say you're 100% right, and that's exactly how men treat you 100% of the time. You get nothing in the outside world. Everything you do is having to bend and bow down to the men who dominate. How does that make you feel? Does it feel good? Do you feel like that's the right way to be as a person? No. If that was exactly 100% dudes just dominating 24/7 in the outside world, that wouldn't be something that you want to continue. So ladies, if it's not what you believe in, don't operate that way in the area of life that you dominate. We're not going to be able to change who dominates what, but we can be thoughtful and balanced and caring about the other person. Be a little bit fair with it. It's not going to be 100% fair across the board. Of course not. Whoever told you life is fair lied to your ass. But at least you can try, especially if you say that this is a person that you call yourself loving. You care about this person, right? Then don't just think about what makes you happy and what you value. We're men. We're going to value different things. I would have preferred a nicer approach to stating your issue with the word from your perspective while understanding and presenting the female perspective, not the arrogant douchebag approach to that subject. Woo! My number one response to this, ladies, is that it keeps the truth intact. Oftentimes when we have to water down our message, when we have to use softening, more flowery, cotton candy, unicorn type words, it lowers the value and starts to make the message untrue. It starts to mean less, and you and us and everyone listening will think that whatever it is we're complaining about, whatever it is we're talking about, means less. If I were to not have the level of passion or whatever that I was speaking with, it would make it less true. It would make it inauthentic. It would make it something where we feel this up here, but we talk as if it's down here. And if that is what you think of the lesson is like a level 9 on a 10-point scale, it's not. It's probably more like a 5 or a 4, somewhere around there. But just for this example, if there's something that is a 9 on a 10-point scale of importance, and we already, as men, because I did it in the video, watching it back I saw, we already don't give you the 9 of how we really feel. We still protect you from us. We still sit there and go, I'm talking to a girl, Let me be nice. Let me think of ways to say this so that she doesn't cry and I don't hurt her feelings. I don't want to hurt her feelings. We already do all that. So if we feel a 9, we're probably going to get you at most like a 7 as far as what we give to you. But then you're like, nope, 7 is still too high. Give me a 0.5. Really, ladies, what you want is a 0. But that's not really fair. That's not really honest. And again, we ain't really tripping on fair, but at least let's be honest about it. Because how are you going to know that it's a problem enough to fix it? How are we able to express that there is a problem if everything you want us to do is just soften it up and make it sound pretty and make it basically more palatable for you to feel better? We can't be so obsessed with you feeling good that we don't tell the truth. We can't be so headstrong about making sure that you feel zero pain that we carry all the pain still. Especially if you're a woman who says anything to the effect of, I want my man to be emotionally intelligent. If you say something like that, if you believe something like that, let alone the fact that we as men should be able to say what bothers us. Do we not hold the same value, the same level of importance in the relationship that you do? Is it that you're just so much more important, that your feelings matter so much more? Even though, ladies, again, to remind you, this is the battlefield in which you are already the more powerful. You are already ruling and running this. If anything, this is where you should be expected to be nice. Don't expect a man who's not even built for this to have to come up with ridiculous level of softness that he's already trying and doing naturally. If he's any kind of good man, he's already protecting you from the 9 that he's really feeling. He's giving you a 7 at the most. Most dudes cut it in half. If he feels a 9, he's giving you a 4.5. So you're already getting us, saving you from the level of whatever bother that we're feeling. And in order for us to be truthful, in order for us to actually get across what we really feel and think, we can't make our message so watered down, so smooth. When our message is sharp because we feel sharp, but you want us to take like a piece of sandpaper and buff it out and smooth it out. So then it's like this smooth pebble that has no edges whatsoever, that it feels so light in your hand and doesn't cut you or doesn't hurt you at all. But sometimes, ladies, you do things where you have earned us being upset with you. Yeah, we have problems with you sometimes. Yes, oh my gosh, sometimes you can be wrong. You can't expect a dude to never be upset, never be mad, never have anything sharp. It isn't balanced. And just because you're running the relationship side of life does not mean you get to be a tyrant who's just willy-nilly doing whatever they want. That's not a good way to keep anybody. You keep doing that, and ladies, you will lose your dude.
I mean, I could see if it was a real. If you lost your hoe to T.I., I'd be like, hey, that's T.I. But Usher.
Now, the funny thing is, when I said you might lose your dude, some of you are demonstrating exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you felt it in here. Some of you heard it in your head. Some of you actually said it out loud to the screen. What you mean I might lose him? If anything, I'm the prize. He might lose me. That's what he need to be worried about. Again, Are you gonna be that? This is gonna be a harsh word, ladies. I'm just preparing you. Are you really going to be that selfish that you aren't valuing the dude you have right now to the point where you are like, don't worry about how he feels? He should never have to worry about his own feelings. What he needs to worry about is him losing me. Ladies, if that was your response, if you said it out loud, if you thought it, all right, I get it. Can't blame you for thoughts, but at the same time, you should ask yourself, why is that your thought? You might feel it on the inside, but homie, if it crosses over into something that's a loud thought, ladies, you might want to adjust that. Because, for as much as you might think it's so easy to replace this dude, we don't even have to get into it. There's a whole other video, because especially if you got a good man, if you got a decent man, he's not easy to replace. So why all the hostility? Why, ladies, do you have these thoughts that run through your head about like, it's all about me and don't worry about him and you should be all the things that you want us to bend and change? Why? Why is that happening? Again, we're going in reverse order. One of the funniest comments I got in person was a colleague was like, do you know how much that video made me think? I was in the shower for like an hour later, still thinking about what you had said. And then I go on Google and I start looking up statistics and things. And she was tripping. She was tripping. Because of number 3. What we're asking you to do requires work to make changes. Yes, as you hear me say in pretty much every single video, this isn't easy, basic, average, nothing kind of thing. Relationships are the hardest job. Being married, if you're on that level, if you're going there, being married is going to be the hardest job you will ever have. Straight up. If you're not willing to do the work to change and all the thoughts and all the things that keep you just, yes, it's going to require some work. But again, your person, your man, your woman, because this is the same. This is not anything, even in that video, it's not like I said that only women have to switch up their words. No, it was about men too. I just made extra comments about how men like this kind of thing. Because I know from my own perspective / damn near every man I know who, when they use that word, it's like not a word that they chose. It was something that was kind of put upon them by society. And for the most part, they like their title. They'd rather be, I'm the husband, you get it. Watch the video. But the fact that it requires work is something that affects humans, period. The moment we as humans or animals, organisms, anything, it's a scientific rule. Objects at rest tend to stay at rest. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion. So wherever you're already going, or if you're already there, making a change requires literal energy. Whether you're a car, a dog, or a human, it requires energy to make a change. It requires energy to make a move. And because, especially us as organisms, we are wired to conserve energy, we get a natural aversion to doing anything that requires more of it. Which is why, even though you know when you want to lose weight, you know logically what you're supposed to do, eat less, exercise more, you know it's the right thing to do, but it requires energy. And so your body has a natural aversion. You as an organism has a natural aversion to expending more energy. That's just science. So number 3 reason as to why is because it's just nature. It's just science. Change hurts on a scientific level. This comment. So you want me to give you a title? How about asshole, douchebag, or dumbass? She angry. She tripped. Told y'all. Ladies, y'all was hating. Damn. So the number 2 reason as to why all the hostility was coming out was because us as men, me in that video, was upholding a belief that you don't have. Sometimes, gentlemen, your lady will be mad at you simply because you are doing something different than her. She's going in the living room, you're going into the kitchen. She's like, where you going? She wants to go to this kind of movie, you want to go to that kind of movie, and she's tripping that you would even like the kind of movie that you like. Not that what you want to do is wrong, not that the movie you like is wrong, not that it's inherently bad, but simply because it's not the kind of movie that she likes. Just the simple difference, ladies. Sometimes, a lot of times, that annoys you because you are built, geared toward, predisposed to equality. And equality means the exact same stuff. You want everybody doing the exact same thing. You like that. There's only a few instances I know of where women are like, no, we gotta be different. Like if 2 women come to the party wearing the same dress, that freaks them out. But for the most part, one's going to the bathroom, they all gotta go. They gotta roll as a crew. One's getting a certain kind of thing, they all gotta do it. It's this herd equality mentality, which again, it's not a bad thing, ladies. It's just how you operate. But you gotta understand that that's not us. And you have to allow for differences. You cannot be mad at your dude simply because he don't believe the same things you believe. The fact that you're upset that we like and want titles, where you're like, I'll give you a title, you start throwing out name calling? Really? Really? Ladies, do you understand how many ridiculous, illogical things you have us do as men that we happily do and give to you? Do you realize this? Does it make any kind of sense that you will say something like, don't buy me anything for Christmas, but then if he actually doesn't buy you anything for Christmas, you will be mad at him for listening to your words? We have to figure out your opposite word overlap weird thing to the point where you make fun of men with other women and say, if he was smart, he would know. Just because I said don't give me something, he should get something anyway. What is he, stupid? Ugh, man, that don't even make sense. Yet, we do it for you. We give you the things that you want that we don't like. We give you the things that you like and want that we don't believe in. You don't have to hold the same belief system that we do in order for us to love and care about you and give it to you happily. Men derive a lot of happiness by putting a smile on your face, even when that smile comes from some stuff we don't believe in at all. So we can, on the one hand, begrudgingly be like, oh my gosh, gotta go to the ballet for this girl. Like, oh, I hate the ballet. I can't stand these fools running around and spinning around. What's all the spinning? Everybody's spinning, and they're wearing duck outfits. You get my point. But even though he's hating the ballet, he looks over, he sees your smile, and he's like, but look at her though. She happy. That's right, I got her ballet tickets. What other dude she got in the past ever got her tickets to the New York Ballet? I have no idea if the New York Ballet is good. I just throwing out examples. I don't know. I have no idea. So my point, ladies, is that you don't have to believe the same thing we do in order for us to treat you nice, give it to you, and for us to be happy when we do give it to you. So if that is what you receive from good men, why are you not willing to give that? Why is that something you're not being balanced on? Doesn't have to be the exact same thing. Just because you like the ballet and he takes you to the ballet doesn't mean you start taking him to the ballet when it's his birthday. Nah, he don't like that. That's equality. It's got to be balanced. He takes you to the ballet even though he hates it, but he likes giving you what you want. You take him to, I don't know, monster truck rally. I've never been to one of those, but I'm assuming there's plenty of dudes who like those, because they still exist. Just tried to find something that was comparable to the ballet for you ladies, where you might be like, yeah, but some of you might be all about that. But you get the point. Some of your aggression, ladies, has nothing to do with what I was saying, nothing to do with the tone even. It was just all to do with the fact that it's not the same thing that you believe in, and that some man has a belief that he's teaching other men and trying to teach you that's different. And not just the change of having to do the work to change, but the fact that there's a difference that exists. Understand this about yourselves, ladies. You will be annoyed that there's a difference that exists at all between you and your man. You like and are built for that equality. But that's not how we work. We function on hierarchy, which is more about individuals. Your equality, that's where everybody's the exact same. Ladies, the number one reason why you have all the hostility for me in this video and other men in the same scenario is it's because we're telling you no. You don't like being told no. You don't like being told that you can't do something. There's a whole video coming about it, but you are very much, ladies, in this whole "you're not the boss of me, don't tell me what to do, I don't have to do what you say" kind of a thing. Even if a dude is telling you something about what he likes and what he wants. Just the fact that you're being told no, don't do what you're doing, no. You don't like the feeling of, as you heard in one of the earlier statements, you don't like the feeling of being reprimanded. You hate it. Just the fact that there's a no that came out of a man's mouth. He's nefarious. He's heinous. He's evil. Let's go back to that first one, shall we? All I saw in that video is an ill-informed, arrogant douchebag, which is upsetting and a turn off. Oh my goodness. Because again, rewatching it, it's not that I was actually pushing that hard. It's like what I've said before, gentlemen. When you're dealing with your lady and you want something or you don't want something, you never really have to push. You don't have to push hard. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to start tripping and doing all that. Those things not only are things you should avoid because you shouldn't want to give that to your girl. You should be trying to protect her from all that. Plus, kind of makes you look weak. It's kind of a weak standpoint. But the main reason is because you don't have to push. The moment you say no, the moment you tell her it's something different than what she wants, it's a no. She's going to feel some type of way about it. She's going to feel upset. She's going to call you a douchebag, arrogant. She's going to call you all this stuff. She's going to call you an ass. An ass. Why? Why? Because I told you I don't want you to do something to me? How's that right? How is it that you're upset that I'm telling you what I want to receive? That's like me being an ass because I'm like, no, don't give me flowers and chocolates for my birthday. Why not power tools and ties? I went with two stereotypes. I'm trying to make this quick here. Y'all are already running out of attention span. So they're going to call you these things, gentlemen. They're going to call you an ass. But the fact is, you're not actually. As long as you don't call them out of their name, raise your voice, act all crazy or whatever, you're not actually being an ass. Their emotions, their perception, how they feel, will think that you're being an ass. But magic, you're not actually being one. They're acting like you're giving them a 9.5 or a 10 when you're really giving them like a 1, 0.5 or a 1. Rewatching that video, I'm like, girl, I was barely scratching the surface. What you talking about? I wasn't actually speaking with a high level of crazy. Nah. That was like a 1. Which begs the statement, you really would trip if I actually showed you, you know? So, gentlemen, you don't actually have to do much of anything in terms of pushing. And even though their emotions will tell them this, as long as you're actually not like that, they're going to be okay with it. Evidence? Let's go back to this statement again. All I saw in that video is an ill-informed, arrogant douchebag, which is upsetting and a turnoff. You're lucky I still gave you a thumbs up on the video and refrained from leaving a public comment considering how pissed I was because I want to support you. So gentlemen, like I was saying, they might have the perception that you're an ass because they feel that way. But as long as you don't actually cross over into doing nothing crazy and you just state your position, they're going to actually be there for you, support you. If they're a good woman, they will say things like, yeah, see, I'm mad at you, but okay, like it'll be technically okay. So the solution, gents and ladies, so ladies, you're getting your lessons throughout. Gentlemen, you're also getting your lessons, but the main lesson for you, gentlemen, is to remain calm. She gonna hate, let her hate. Remember everything I said. Be like, so? Let her hate. Let it happen. Understand it's just gonna happen. Very rarely are you gonna get a situation where a woman is 100% happy and 100% silent. Where even if she's not mad at you, she might have something to say. So just let her say it. As long as you behaved and conducted yourself as a gentleman, you don't gotta be 100% nice, soft, and cotton candy and all that other stuff. You don't have to be that. And ladies, you shouldn't want that. And for the both of you, men and women, check it. This is the magic thing. Gentlemen, that's not what they want anyway. Despite every single thing that these women say, what happened? In the end, support. To the point where she's like, I don't want to make a public comment. I appreciate that you didn't want to make a public comment because you didn't want to make me look bad or whatever, but I'm okay with it. One, because you were intelligent in your hate. The one who sent me that particular message, you were intelligent with your hate. And so if you guys want to hate or whatever, be smart about it. Some stuff I'm not going to pay attention to if you don't have a certain level of intelligence. I'm like, you're too dumb for me to respond to. So it depends on what it is. But you were intelligent, and we should be allowed to have a difference of opinion. We should be allowed to have a difference of thought and beliefs and whatever, and it shouldn't be something that destroys us. So, gentlemen, even though this lesson was about ladies and needing to adjust on their end, this is the part you have to do on your end. You got to be strong enough to take all that. You got to be strong enough to take the hate and not trip. You got to be strong enough to let her call you a douchebag, an asshole, get up in your face with the finger guns. And you got to sit there with a smile on your face and be like, baby, why are you tripping? Girl. And then you state your case of what you believe in, why you believe it, why you want what you want, why you should be getting things just as she's getting things. This isn't a relationship that's just about serving her simply because she's the one who controls this battlefield. It should be about serving the both of you. You are both the same value. You have the same level of value, balance of power. You're different. You're steel. She's feathers. You have different uses. You can do different things, but you have the same weight. Remember that. So that is the end of today's lesson. Now, today's lesson is mostly free, but you got to pay a small fee in the form of a thumb. So, throw your thumbs up, throw your thumbs up, throw your thumbs. So if you found value in this, go ahead and think about subscribing. We are a new channel, so subscribe, throw thumbs, slide this video to someone who needs it. Spread the word, spread the message, because the message of balance of power is about people staying together. Despite differences, despite hate, despite the fact that these internet streets are trying to rip folks apart, not F that. We keeping folks together around here. Now I know you like these videos. I mean, where else you gonna get gold bars of knowledge just dropped on you on the regular? Psh, other people try, but you know we do it best around here. Now anyway, if you are thinking about, I don't know, any issues, problems, and you were wondering, like, how are they contacting him? Well, think about it this way. If you have an issue, go to a quiet room and consultthedark@gmail.com. You can email us there. All right. So, as we always say, acquisition is elementary, retention is hard. Till next time, deuce deuce.